Hi, my name's Phil. I like to talk about politics, and in this video we're going to diverge from politics again for the old Corona Diaries, where I'm going to talk about how the shopping experience is evolving. When I say evolving, what I really mean is devolving. But first, if you'd like to be notified of daily news and politics, then please subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification icon. So I'm going to show you something first of all. So where we've moved from is, I talked a couple of weeks ago about the fact, I saw the toilet roll frenzy a couple of weeks ago. And then last week was when the actual shelves were just clear of toilet roll. There was not a single sheet to be found. I mean, fortunately, it's not really fortunate. You just generally would. It's toilet roll is the sort of thing you have stocks of anyway. I haven't had to buy any since this lunacy started. Even though I did manage to go into a shop last week at one point and there was some toilet roll. Not very much. There was some. Nothing even resembling soap, though. That's gone. But what did I get through my door? So I go to a couple of supermarkets. I go to Tesco sometimes. And when I do like my midweek little tiny bits of shopping, like for the fresh stuff, that's Morrison's because that's the closest one. And what did I get through my door? You won't believe this. You will believe it if you follow me on Twitter because I posted it up there last week. It's quite remarkable. So on the face of it, this is not going to go terribly well because there's a lot of green on this. Like vouchers off, encouraging you to use them, which I'm not sure, do they really need to do that at the moment? Because at the end of the day, people are buying so much stuff from whatever supermarkets they can get to. And I'm quite sure there are people doing round robins. Increasingly, what I've noticed in the last week is, I'd already talked about this when I did one of these last week, but I've noticed it more now, is people going around with two big trolleys. They're proper stocking up. And no, unless you're doing it, and I said this last time, didn't I? Unless you're doing it for multiple people, you shouldn't have two big trolleys. And I'm not talking about one person with two big trolleys. They've got two of them, but they're together. They're not us friends doing it for separate households, clearly the same household, because it tends to be like, parent and child type situation. So, yeah. But I got this through the door. Look. I mean, you can't see too much of it. It's very green, I'm sorry. But the old Andrex puppy there, it's advertising toilet roll. It's advertising its special offers. It's got, toilet roll on there for the 4-pack, £2, 9-pack and £4. Wow, couldn't we all do with a 9-pack of toilet rolls? And you look at it and you think, okay, well, so they produced this a while ago. No. It says here, leaflet valid from 16th of March, which was round about when I got it, just after, to the 5th of April. This is specifically designed for a 3-week period, roundabout 3-week period. It's a time when they know they don't have toilet rolls, and it's like they're taking the mickey. They are taking the mickey, and I still don't understand. Still, no one is. It's a bit like Brexit, the toilet rolls. Just like years later, no one can give me an actual real benefit of Brexit. Not one single benefit. It's like it with the toilet rolls. No one has yet, obviously it hasn't gone on for years yet, but no one has told me why. Why do they need them all? I did a little stock check just to be on the safe side, and I've got at least 2 months supply worth, and I haven't had to buy any more since. And it's not like I stock up with loads anyway. I'm on my own. I don't get through that much. And I'm thinking, even in a larger household, yes, you get through more. Of course you do. But you'd still probably have the same amount of time's worth. If you've got 2 months or even 1 month's supply, that's fine. And then I was just thinking, maybe it's only particular people that are buying the toilet rolls. Maybe it is the Brexit supporters cleaning us out of toilet roll. Maybe they're more full of shit and they need more toilet roll. I don't know. Something is weird, though. I still don't understand that bit. But the way supermarkets have been handling things is very different as well. So it was the case that they began limiting the stock of certain products like dried pasta and stuff like that to so many per customer. Now they're just straight up rationing. Is actually just rationing in place, and you're only allowed to buy, I think, 2 of any particular item. So if I wanted to go in and get my normal supply of Heinz mulligatawny soup, I can't, because they don't come in 4-packs like the tomato soup would. There's individual tins. Well, if I can only get 2 at a time, that means I'm going every couple of days if I want that every day, which I have hitherto done. So it's fine. I'll just change. I'll get a couple of cans of mulligatawny and a 4-pack of tomato soup. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. But they've started that. They've also started the distancing inside the stores. So they're getting people to stand in the queues a bit away from each other, which of course is massively expanding how the queues appear as well, because the queues are still there. And do you know what? I had a brilliant idea. I thought it was a brilliant idea. And it's like Fate's just up there laughing at me. Oh, you want to do that, do you? No, no, no. So, especially after last Sunday, which was absolutely horrendous, I said to my girlfriend, right, I know what I'll do. So what normally happens is on a Monday, so I said I won't do my main shopping on a Sunday. I'll do it on a Monday. Get back from work. I go to a gaming club on Monday evening, which I won't be doing for a while because that's council's closed that as well. Fair enough. And I said, and I'll come home, talk to my girlfriend on WhatsApp, and then I'll go and do late night shopping at Tesco. 24 hours, you see. Or I could go to the Asda. That's 24 hours too. Probably both equidistant. No. They're stopping the 24 hours. They're going to shut at 10 p.m. each night. So I'm thinking, right. And then I thought, okay, so if I go in first thing, it'll be fine. No, and I'm not criticising this, by the way. This is a good idea. But no, can't do that either, because that's like your silver hour. So they're letting elderly shoppers go in on their own without, other pains in the arse taking all their stuff, which is a nice idea. It's actually interesting, isn't it? The supermarkets are actually putting in place a lot of socially responsible rules and managing themselves because there is no coordination from government there. But nonetheless, it means that, okay, so there's now no time of day I can go that won't be absolutely rammed. So I am going to have to suffer that. But I will still refuse to stockpile because I had to think what did I ever say this? I can't remember. I talk so much rubbish, don't I? I can't remember what I said. So I was coming home on last Wednesday. And it's the day I cook tea for my girlfriend. She comes round, and I was cooking pork, and I was coming home and I was thinking to myself, do you know what, I don't have any sage, I could do with some sage. And normally I would have just, I drive past Morrison's, I would just pop in, get the sage, pop out. And then I thought to myself, there's no way I'm waiting in a queue with a packet of sage, not even getting a basket, never mind a trolley, not even getting a basket, one item, no. So I did without it. It's fine. It still tasted nice, I think. But so now you think to yourself, so now I'll think to myself, I need a couple of bits. I'll go in. I'm queuing for a couple of bits. So then you end up getting bits that you didn't really need. So then you're stopping yourself and thinking, no, I don't really need this. Put it back. And then you're still waiting in line for with 2 things because you needed some apples or you needed some fruit of some kind and some bin bags, which I got last time I went. So that's all now. Yeah, I can't even go at unsociable times now. I am now stuck with that until people start being a bit more sensible. But the problem is, I would say hitherto the stockpiling hasn't been necessary, except for the elderly who are going to have to self-isolate. The number of people who've had to self-isolate is, of course, growing, but has been relatively modest in number. What we've had is people stockpiling more than they'd even need for self-isolation, but stockpiling where they didn't need it. They had no reason to believe they were going to need to. But the number of people who are going to have to is increasing. Deliveries from supermarkets are at capacity, so people are having to go in, and when they're going in, they're like stocking up as if they're not going to be allowed back to the supermarket for a month. Actually, I think some people are getting more than a month's worth, but I don't know how large their households are. And so it's still going very, 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 very crazy. That's still the reality in this country at the moment. Loads of people. And the weird thing is, it doesn't even seem that busy when in the supermarket. Until you get to the tills, it doesn't seem that busy. And yet, there's people just chucking stuff in their trolleys. Absolutely piling it up. I don't even think they're going in with a list. These people with the 2 trolleys, I don't even see them with a list. They're just grabbing things. Yeah, chuck it in. Do we like this? Don't know. Chuck it in. It's like their list says 2 heaped trolleys worth. That's what it's like. But so far, I have got away with it because so far, whenever I've gone in for something, I've been able to get it. Apart from the ribs of fire, I'm still not happy with Morrison's because every time I've gone since, they've not been in. But every proper bit of groceries I've needed has been in. Obviously, I am buying the stuff that other people are not. But there's going to come a point where people are, I think, genuinely just going to be, and I think we're roundabout going to get there. I talked about the fact we hadn't reached peak craziness last week. I think we may be getting there quite soon. And I think people are just going to stock up on a load of stuff that doesn't keep, and it will just go off. And I'll go there and not be able to get the stuff I want, and it will go off. Because another thing supermarkets are doing as well, they're actually reducing their range, because they're telling manufacturers, look, people aren't buying this stuff, but they're buying loads of this stuff. Can you just make more of this stuff, and we'll do without this stuff? They're buying a bit of this stuff they can do without. So I can't wait to see what lines that I want I'm going to have to do without now, because people are just buying too much of the thing they don't actually need as much of. So that's the next step. You know, supermarkets reducing the range, which is very sensible. Again, the way the supermarkets have behaved actually has been spot on, I think. Reducing their ranges to focus manufacturers and producers' minds on what it is that people are just buying out like there's no tomorrow. Except if there was no tomorrow, they wouldn't be buying as much stuff, would they? So that actually would be better. Actually, yeah, if they could shop like there was no tomorrow, that would actually be better. But anyway, that's my my experience so far on there. Maybe this time next week we will have reached peak crazy. We will see. So I hope you found the video interesting. If you did, don't forget to click the like button if you'd like to support the channel further. Then please also click the Patreon link for details. And until next time, I'll see you later.